So, as she just introduced, I'm the Chief Technology Officer over at Blue Goat Cyber. So, we're asking a very important question when it comes time to talk to MedTech innovators. How confident are you that your device's cybersecurity strategy is going to meet FDA expectations the first time around? Now, there's currently a large problem with MedTech innovators trying to go through regulatory approval. Most MedTech companies wait too long to handle their cybersecurity considerations. Cybersecurity regulations are getting more and more increasingly strict across global markets. This is especially prevalent with the recent guidance as of 2023 with the FDA, which really kicked things up a notch as far as the cybersecurity considerations. Late cybersecurity is going to cause FDA delays, costly reworks, and investor concerns by delayed time to market. Unsecured devices can risk flat-out rejection from the FDA. It can lose market trust and compliance failures. Now, even if a device has a vulnerability after it's been cleared, this can be dangerous once it's put into a hospital, since it's a shared burden between the healthcare delivery organization and the manufacturer in the event of a cybersecurity vulnerability. Now, we want to come to the table with a solution. So cybersecurity should be thought of as a competitive advantage. Early security is going to lead to faster approvals, and secure products will sail through global regulations. Having security done right the first time around is going to massively reduce your time to market. Secure devices are going to attract customers. Healthcare delivery organizations are getting more and more aware of the various problems that can come up with cybersecurity. Anytime that there's a vulnerability introduced in a system or in a device in a hospital, that can open them up to ransomware. So they want to be very sure that any products they're introducing into their ecosystem are not going to involve any risk. Compliance is going to build investor trust. Cyber-ready startups can go to market faster. You aren't dealing with these FDA delays. You aren't dealing with these NMPA delays or the MDR anywhere that you're trying to submit. So having cybersecurity addressed early is going to speed up your time getting into that market. Now, a little bit of background on myself. So I'm the Chief Technology Officer over at Blue Goat Cyber. I originally come from a background in application security and red teaming, and then made the natural pivot over to regulatory, since cybersecurity in general is usually going to be driven by compliance or regulatory concerns. We've worked with dozens of different types of cyber devices, just about anything that can be sold as a marketed cyber device, meaning it has connectivity and it involves software we've interacted with. We're closing in on about 200 cleared devices at this point through our process. In my free time, when I'm not worried about medical device security, I'm an avid rock climber and a free diver, and part of what got me interested in this space is I have a heart condition that I was luckily able to be saved by a medical device. And so I had concerns around, well, what if something had gone wrong with that device? And that led me down this path. Now, a little bit of how we help over at Blue Goat Cyber. So we can offer a lot of different services depending on what stage you're at as far as your product development or on your roadmap. Early on is the ideal time to get involved with cybersecurity, where we can help with your secure product design, building security in. Regulators want to see that you're designing security into your device instead of trying to retrofit it at the end. We can handle full pre-market support for a medical device submission. This can handle the FDA approval path with a 510K, a PMA, de novo, going through with the MDR, going through with the NMPA. We've worked with global regulators, and so any market we're able to address their cybersecurity concerns. We can do early preliminary threat modeling as well as the required threat modeling in the actual submission to make sure that we're catching any vulnerabilities in the product early. Any of our testing and any of our documentation is going to be strictly regulatory compliant. We're going to meet FDA standards, MDR standards, NMPA standards, MDFS. I can string together any of the combination of letters for the regulatory agencies. All of our documentation will be ISO 13485 compliant. All of our testing is NIST Special Publication 800-115 compliant. And everything that we're doing is based around the AAMI TIR57 risk management framework. Now, finally, it's more and more required to do penetration testing on your products. We can handle all of the documentation and all of the testing before you go to market. Now, cybersecurity should be thought of as a market advantage. Waiting long is going to lead to delays, rework, and a lost investment. The best medtech companies will secure their devices early and accelerate their time to market. Now, let's take the next step together and help secure your products. So, we can help, like I said, from concept to commercialization. We can start at the beginning, help you design security into your product, and move all the way down to that regulatory submission. All right. Thank you so much.
Bye.